As Schneider Electric reflects on 25 years of operations in Nigeria, the company says the next phase will be defined by digital transformation and deeper partnerships. I caught up with the country president, Ajibola Akindele, to understand how the company plans to drive that vision and what it means for Nigeria's industries.
In terms of automation and sustainability, these are probably two of the most important topics for businesses, not just in Nigeria, not just across Africa, but globally, right? We had seen the increased use of automation right from what we call Industry 3.0, and this started happening around the 80s with a lot more automation. And the idea behind the use of automation is, first of all, to drive efficiency, to drive reliability and accuracy in business operations, and ultimately to produce for people to produce more, and to also do that at a lower cost. So automation was meant to drive efficiency, increase production, and also lower costs. But the second topic, which is sustainability, is something that has now become very important, maybe in the last 20-30 years particularly. Organizations and industries are now very, very conscious of how their activities impact the environment, right? So a lot of the global organizations have committed to net zero goals, and we are talking to them and helping them achieve these goals. Some of the sectors that we cover, and most of the sectors actually have some kind of environmental impact. And what we are then doing and working with this sector is to ensure that we're supplying products that are environmentally friendly, products that are not contributing any negative impact to the environment, even in the process of production, right? And when you look at Schneider Electric, we've been named the most sustainable company in the whole world for the past 2 years by Time Magazine. So it's not something that we preach, it is something that we practice. And that is why our customers, our partners trust us. That's why they continue to rely on us for sustainable solutions. So for us, automation and sustainability are key topics that are pertinent to our customers today, that are important to industries today, and will continue to remain relevant. So technology is now a competitive advantage, and as people almost always say, I give an example of AI, right? You either learn how to use AI, or someone that knows how to use AI will replace you. So technology itself is not going to replace human, in some ways it will, but ultimately it cannot drive away human intervention. But people then need to understand that they need to be able to leverage the use of technology to drive productivity, to drive efficiency, and ultimately profitability. So when you look around things like automation, and the use of general use of technology, the idea is to improve performance, right? Improve production, essentially produce more, right? With what you have, or even with less, right? And avoiding errors, reducing costly mistakes, and overall driving efficiency and sustainability. The other thing people in the industrial space where technology is adopted is in the use of predicting failure. So we have tools around predictive maintenance, the use of digital twins, to optimize front-end engineering design, and to also simulate various scenarios that then helps you to understand how best to operate your plant, and operating in the conditions that will best maximize productivity. So for technology, it's really about how do you optimize production, and how do you do that at a lower cost, driving operational efficiency and using that as a competitive advantage. Because quite frankly, if you can reduce your cost while producing more, you can sell cheaper to your customers, and that gives you that price advantage. And also when it comes to accuracy of your products and solutions, you're doing them to a higher quality standard, and with that, of course, it's a competitive advantage over your other competitors in the market. So certainly the use of technology has become a competitive advantage, right? And we are your energy technology provider. That is who we are. That's what we do. We electrify, we automate, and we digitize every home, every business, every industry for sustainability and efficiency. I would say that we are beginning to see more and more, commitment from various industries in Nigeria. I would say the international companies are probably ahead because most of their parent companies have made global commitments. And part of the ways they meet these global goals is to also, ensure that there is that sustainability drive in their various locations across the world. And we're seeing a lot of adoption, in Nigeria across various sectors. So I won't limit it to any particular sector. I think it's more like the companies that are involved, really understanding the importance of sustainability and how they can also use it as a competitive advantage, because more and more end users and customers are also demanding sustainable products. So it's not just about pricing, it's also about the effect on the overall market. So yes, we're seeing a lot more adoption. I like to see more Nigerian companies also put that as the forefront of their decision making when engaging with their own vendors and when producing their own products and solutions as well. Because sustainability is also profitability. When you do things more sustainably, you end up being more profitable. So I think there's still a bit of a gap in the market, and I want to see more adoption from local companies. There are so many ways that an organization can prepare young professionals for careers in automation, careers in digitalization, and maybe I'll just talk about what we do at Schneider, because it's now, something that is very applicable to us. So every year we hire about 20 young engineers from various institutions across the country, young Nigerian engineers, promising engineers. And we take them through rotation programs, focusing on different areas of the business. So some of them work in the industries that cover data centers. Some of them work in businesses that cover data centers. Some of them work in businesses that cover energy markets. Some of them work in businesses that cover home solutions. Some of them work in businesses, that cover the power sector, for example. So we take them through these businesses so that they have a clear understanding of what the businesses are, what the skill sets are required, and which of these they may have a natural flair for, right? Because again, most of them would have studied engineering, not all, but I would say a vast majority would have studied engineering. And so we expose them to different sides of the businesses just to make them understand the business, but also more importantly for them to look at which of these businesses they find most interesting. So those rotational programs are actually training programs. So we take them in, we train them on various aspects of energy management, of automation, of digital, of sustainability. So they go through all of these trainings in these various businesses that they're exposed to. And for the first 2 years, all we're just doing is training them, right? And them harnessing and sharpening their skills and also understanding the markets very better. So I can tell you there's a lot of talent in Nigeria. If you go across the world, you'll see a lot of Nigerians doing wonders and making waves. So without a doubt, there's talent in this country. We're over 200 people in Schneider Electric, and I can tell you we are 99% Nigerians. I run the business in Nigeria, and for West Africa, I am Nigerian. As you know, my entire leadership team is Nigerian. We probably have 1-2 experts doing a rotation. So it's not just a case where we're bringing in experts to do jobs that Nigeria cannot do. We're actually bringing some younger experts to come and learn the business in Nigeria. So the office in Nigeria for our process automation or industrial automation business actually services not just West Africa, it services the entire sub-Saharan Africa. So for us, Nigeria is a hub for that business, because we have the right talents, they've been given the right level of exposure, and they're also helping to develop talents in other parts of Africa. So for us, yes, we see development of local talents as a real key competitive advantage. And if we did not know that before, it happened during COVID, when people couldn't travel, right? It was impossible, almost it was unlikely for you to have brought in an expatriate from another country because of the travel restrictions. So during that period, we had to rely on our own local talent, and that was one of the things we saw as a competitive advantage, because some of our competitors who were used to bringing in experts couldn't do that during that period. So our customers had to rely more on us, and we're able to meet all their needs. So we're already competing globally. It may not seem like, yeah, but the world is now a small global village. So we are competing globally. Our products and solutions that are manufactured locally in Nigeria are also competing with products and services and solutions that are also manufactured from other parts of the world. Some are imported. So we're already in competition with global players. But in terms of what is the confidence, yes, we do have a lot of challenges, but the number one confidence that I have is actually the topic we just previously discussed. It's the talent, right? We have an abundance of talent in Nigeria. We have a very well-educated workforce. We have a very technology-savvy workforce, a young, dynamic, technology-savvy workforce. And already in certain parts of the world, certain industries, we're already dominating, at least Africa. In the technology space, we are dominating. In the financial services space, we are dominating. As you may think that our power industry is challenged, but today we're still the biggest contributor or the biggest generator of electricity in the whole of West Africa. Yes, of course, we know there's still a lot of challenges in the sector, but we're not the worst, so to speak. A lot of people talk about what's going on in the entertainment industry across the music, Nollywood. So there are still lots of bright sparks and things that we can celebrate, specifically in the entertainment, technology space, and even financial services, right? And even in the energy space, in terms of oil and gas, there's still a lot to celebrate. You look at organizations like Nigeria LNG, extremely well-run organizations, extremely well-managed organizations, and these are organizations that are even competing globally amongst their peers. We talk about the largest refinery in Africa being located in Nigeria, and the plan is to actually double the production of that refinery. We talk about the largest fertilizer plants in Nigeria and in the world, potentially coming from a Nigerian company. So you look at a lot of challenges remain, but if you look at the basics, right? We have the workforce, we have the talent, right? We have the population, we have the human resources. Again, going back to, it's a big market, and I think yes, there are challenges that we still need to to overcome challenges around, yes, security, infrastructure development. But at the end of the day, I choose to say that the glass is half full, right? I choose to be optimistic, and I think that is why we are here as Schneider Electric. We see the opportunity. Demographics favor us in terms of the population, in terms of the infrastructural challenges, even the housing challenges and deficits, and also the need for data. These are the things we do. These are the solutions we provide, and we're looking forward to even more successes in Nigeria.